people on the pitch, they think it's all over. It is now! Yes!
My story begins in 1966, listening to England win the World Cup.
Score! Yes! Yes! Come on, England!
What about that little club down the road?
Bromley. Bromley are rubbish.
Football is rubbish.
Hi, this is Eirini from the Fan Carpet. We're here for the worldwide premiere of the Bromley Boys at Wembley Stadium. We're here with the wonderful Martine McCutcheon.
Hello, hi.
How are you, first of all?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look great.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
First of all, why did you do this film?
I did this film because I fell in love with the script, and I hadn't seen much for a long time that I loved. And this just made me lose myself in the script and become the part. And I always think that's a good sign. I hadn't had that for a long time. I just had my son. He's now 3, so it's taken a long time for it to happen. I just thought, yeah, this is the one that I'm happy to do. And the team were lovely. The cast that they got involved are amazing. And it's just a lovely, lovely story that I think we need right now. There's a lot of doom and gloom, and I think we need this film. And it's great about football, but it's also about love and relationships and coming of age.
Are you similar to the character?
I am, especially at that age. I was a bumbling idiot, didn't really know what was going on. I'm still sort of that now. Sort of grown into myself finally. But yeah, really related to the character.
Well, you look really young, so...
Yeah, it was 18 months ago now. I was 16 when I shot that, and I've just turned 18, so it's been a long time coming, this.
What are the qualities that you think you are matching with your character?
I'd like to think that I'm supportive, and I like to think that I want people to be their best, and I think that my character wants her son to be his best. He's a bit odd, he's a bit different, and he wants to find his way, and she knows he's having a hard time. So I hope that I would be as supportive to my friends and my loved ones as she is with her son.
And you mentioned motherhood. How do you juggle both now?
Not always very well.
Like all moms.
Sometimes it's really easy and sometimes it's tough. But I love it. I love it. It's given me a completeness in my life I never had before, and an unconditional love, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I like the messiness of trying to juggle it all.
What attracted you to do this film?
Well, my audition was quite late, so quite a lot of girls had been auditioned before me, and then when I found out that I got it, I was like, wow, I hate football. Like, I hate football. But the character hates football too, so that's okay. Like, I can bring myself into her. But when I found out, I cried, I jumped, I whistled, even though I can't whistle. I told my dad, and he went crazy, and it was just a blast to absolutely film. I loved it.
How did you go about auditioning? Because you said you were one of the last people to be seen.
Well, originally they wanted the main boy and girl from Bromley, because it's the Bromley Boys. But unfortunately they didn't find the talent that they wanted in Bromley, so they spread out and they did open calls. So I think there was around, was it like 2,000 girls around that auditioned for my part? And I did about, I'd say, 3 to 4 auditions, and I just made sure that I knew my lines. I made sure that I really sat down and nailed the character, and behold, I got the job. So and now I'm part of this absolutely amazing film that I hope that everybody enjoys tonight.
Fantastic, it was awesome. I was actually on holiday in Los Angeles where I met my wife, and then I was asked to do a self-tape, so we jumped into my best mate's car because they wanted it filmed whilst we were in a car, so we just drove around in the car doing a self-tape, which was fantastic.
And then you were called in after?
Then called in, and then it got a bit more serious, but fortunately I was with the director Steve, Kelly and TJ, who were very welcoming straight away, and sort of made me feel at home, and I realised once the nerves had gone that I could actually properly work on the audition and the craft, and I think it went all right.
I think you just have to research as much as you can, but then ultimately when you're in front of the camera, just feel it. You have to feel it, feel the emotions, bring the essence that you want to bring to the part. But I think a lot of practising beforehand, and then on the day just let it go and do it. Just feel it, just do it.
I would say that it's absolutely up to everybody themselves individually. There's no right or wrong way about it. Depends, at least that's what I think. I think everyone has their own sort of methods, their own experiences that they can use to build on their characters. I would say just go with what you feel is right. I think don't overthink it.
Well, I was asked about the script in the book about 7-8 years ago by TJ, who obviously bought rights to the film, and then it was turned into a script, and I had a little look at the script, and because I used to work in non-league football and used to work with Bromley Football Club as well, so had a bit of background in the game, and when I saw the script, thought it was fantastic. And the second time the script was changed, I actually got asked along for the read-through, and when I was at the read-through, got given a little part to pass the time, and then that ended up being a part in the film. So not really an actor, but ended up with a part in the film, which was fantastic. I play the Bromley local reporter at the time who questions the chairman on a lot of the things that are going on. And although it is a romantic comedy, I haven't got any comedy or romance in my scenes, just bits that probably just kick the film along a bit with questions to Jamie, who plays the chairman of Bromley Football Club at the time.
Well, my colleague TJ first of all optioned the book, The Bromley Boys, and fell in love with it. And then when I came on board, it was a screenplay, and it was only about a year into the process. And so I read the script, loved it, and also saw myself in Dave as well. I mean, Dave is such a character that, you know, as a boy growing up, fall in love with football. And, you know, I went through that. And so as soon as I read that, I thought, I've got to do it. And I've made many feature films, but I haven't actually made a football film. And that's, you know, one of my first loves is football. So, you know, so I had to do this.
Your part in the film, how would you describe it?
Dave is a kid who's fallen in love with the first time. And he's fallen in love with Bromley FC, the worst team in England. And he's learning to cope with himself and disappointment as it goes in the film, because it's a lot of losses in love and football.
Okay, he's the dubiously overrated star striker. But yeah, I think in terms of the film, obviously the main character, Dave Roberts, played by Brenock O'Connor, without sounding weird, in terms of the film, I think Alan Stonebridge was sort of his idol on the pitch, so that's what he likes. Yeah.
Very boring, very standard audition, recall. There you go. It was right place, right time, and very lucky. Yeah.
Self-tape or not self-tape?
Not self-tape. I went in the room for this one, which I prefer massively. It's so much easier to make a good impression in the room. Self-tapes are very rarely successful for me. I don't know whether that's just me or whether it's just self-tapes in general, but yeah, if I can meet someone, I can have a little bit of a gift of the gab.
How do you prepare for the part, since you're not an actor, as you said?
I've got a little bit of experience in my normal job with reporting and sort of playing press kind of roles, so that wasn't too hard, and to be honest, they were pretty easy lines, and all I had to do was just say them. There was no emotion in them whatsoever, so it was quite an easy role to get into it. Yeah.
I got advised by Alan Davies that I needed to go and see a football match because I'd never been to one, so I went to Worthing FC, my local town, went to see them play, and two of the boys from my school were actually on the team, which was really strange little crossover. I went with Warren, the writer. So that really got me into the mood and the buzz for the feel of a football match. But in terms of preparing as a character, I just read the book. It's literally a bible of what Dave was like at that age, so didn't need to do anything more, really.
We've actually had the good fortune to meet him, and he's a fantastic man. He's bigger than me. He's a lot broader and stronger, so physically he's a bigger man than me. But I think having met him, he sort of exudes positivity and constantly I imagine at the time he sort of brought all the team up and tried to get them to really go for it. So I'd like to think that hopefully I could do that amongst my friends, but I don't really know where we're similar. I think I just tried to study him as much as possible and show him in the truest light.
What was the best scene that you feel that you've done in the film and you're like, oh my god?
The headbutt, 100%. The headbutt. Oh, it was so fun. The second take that we did, the director was like, shout cut, and he was like, Savannah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh my god, it looks so real. And they all thought that we really headbutted, but just carried on with the scene. And hopefully that was the take that they used. But if it came across that real, then I'm glad.
Hello, Dave.
Hi, Ruby.
I didn't know you were a footballer.
Yeah, no, you just missed my hat-trick. Right foot, left foot and header.
For me, there's a scene near the end, without giving too much away, where it's just such a joyous moment. There's laughter and you get a bit choked, and it's just all those alive emotions that you can feel in one go. That for me is a scene I really liked. There's lots of us involved.
I think my favourite scene to shoot was, there's a scene with Jamie Foreman around a swimming pool. And it was just shot so stunningly, and me and Jamie really captured what that scene was about, I feel. Jamie's an absolute hero of mine, truly. So yeah, that scene, it looks stunning, because the light reflecting off the swimming pool into my face and into Jamie's, and the scene is written perfectly, so I'd have to say that one.
They were having their worst season ever, and he's the man to save the day, or the boy to save the day, I might say. But you know, for me, it's been an absolute pleasure. I mean, right the way through the whole process. You know, when you got a project that you love and then everyone else seems to love and get behind, it makes your job so much easier as a producer, and it's been really enjoyable. You know, and here we are, Wembley Stadium.
It's amazing.
It is. It was the only venue that would really work for this type of film. You know, you could have done Leicester Square, but then so many people do Leicester Square, and you know, Wembley Stadium, the home of football, you know, it's perfect.
It's fantastic working with people that I'd seen in a number of programmes I've been watching ever since, you know, I was young. So it was great for that, and I just didn't realise that you'd just be sitting in a trailer with these guys most of the day and talking to them, boring them to tears probably about different things that they've been in that I'd seen and wanted to ask them about, but really good to meet them all. Great cast, and more importantly, they made me feel welcome, not being an actual actor. Yeah.
Well, I didn't go to the first open casting, but probably they're probably just like, oh wait, I went for that. You know, because I've seen adverts and I've seen commercials and films. I've seen so many things that I haven't got, and I've seen the girls that have got it, maybe that don't look like me or do look like me or didn't act it the way that I did, but, you know, support. And if that role wasn't right for me, then that's okay. Something else will come up, you know? Yeah. So for all the girls that got something that I went for, well done. You know?
It's a collaborative process, so I can't say I picked out this person, because that would be me lying. You know, TJ was very much driving the cast, so he brought Martine on board, Alan, and obviously kept me in the loop and always said, yeah, that's a great choice, works really well. And then we went for a whole audition process for Brenock and Savannah, and it was amazing because it's so hard to find the Bromley boy, and he was the Bromley boy. So, you know, so I think it was more of a collaborative process, and we've got an amazing casting director, Kate Plantin, who really helps.
Why are you here tonight, and how excited are you?
We're here to watch the Bromley film, and yeah, I'm excited. It looks like a decent film. It's a good turnout. It's a good venue. So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm so looking forward to seeing the film. I love a bit of romance, I love a bit of comedy, and I'm a massive football fan, so yeah, I'm very excited to watch this film.
What's your favourite team?
Chelsea.
I'm actually really excited to watch it because I've got a football match on Saturday, so I'm going to be...
Which one?
It's a charity football match.
Oh, you're playing?
I'm playing in the match, so yeah, I've not played football since I was in like secondary school, so I'm going to be watching the film, getting some tips, I think, you know, see how these boys play.
It was amazing, and I know everyone says this on premieres, you know, but the thing is, it took 7 years to get this project off the ground, so it's a long time, and you've got to really go through all the ups and downs to get to this point, and that's just typical of British independent films. You know, it's so hard to get the money, so when you get to the shoot, what you want to do, and obviously with comedy it's a bit easier because it's light-hearted, the subject matter's easier, so it makes everyone more relaxed, but it was like a family. Everyone really enjoyed it. We had so much fun making it, and you know, you just want to get the team that everyone can get on and enjoy themselves, and I think that's what we definitely got with this.
I mean, things were up and down, but they were great. The downs were awful, but the highs were absolutely unbelievable. I got some great opportunities. I met some great people, so yeah, it was just amazing. It still is.
Because you were a model before you went in, as far as I remember. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, still doing the modelling.
You should.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's been even better than it was before. But yeah, it's just great, and the opportunities you get are just unbelievable. It's so much fun.
It was definitely a bit of a crazy experience, we could say that one. But it's already been a year. Can you believe that? A year, or it's been the fastest year of my life, if not one of the fastest years on Earth. I mean, the whole time of history on Earth, this year has got to be one of the fastest ones, to me anyway.
I filmed one a year ago. That went mental, to be fair. It was kicking off every night in there. I've just filmed another series, got back about 2 weeks ago from Mexico, so yeah, that one was even worse. More explosive, more raz, more dramas, more exes. So yeah.
All your exes?
Not all of them, because I probably could have had an army walk out of that sea, but I walked into 2, yeah. 2 nutty ones.
I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just concentrating on, being a good mum to my daughter Vienna. She's just turned 1, so me and my partner are kind of building a nice stable background for her. I have 2 businesses. I have a skincare brand that I'm launching very soon called Laterna London, and I already have a teeth whitening brand called Sir Smile UK.
I noticed that. Actually.
Oh, thank you.
I have a thing about teeth, and that's the second thing I noticed.
Me too. I'm very, very teeth obsessed. So I'm just concentrating on building my brands and building things up for Vienna, really. I like a bit of singing, so maybe I might get into my singing this year. Just see where it goes, I guess.
I had 2. They came out at the same time. Never happened before. Yeah, it was very intense. I cried a lot. But it was a great experience overall. I had a really good time. It just is mentally draining. It is really hard. You don't get to speak to your friends or your family, so... Yeah, I mean, it depends if you've got thick skin. Go on it if you've got thick skin, do you know what I mean? But I was lucky because my exes weren't nasty to me. They were respectful, so, they weren't calling me names or whatever, you get some horrible people. But I was lucky, I was happy. Yeah, so great experience. I'd do it again if I was single, but obviously I'm not.
Me personally, I was trying to get back into athletics as well, and I'm finally back into a good flow. So after 6 months, I had to start saying no to doing events and stuff and doing all the partying and stuff. And so I said, no, it's killing me. I'm going to die if I keep carrying on like this. Let alone run around a track and be a good sportsman. But I'm back into athletics now and training hard, and really enjoying it.
I'm shooting a show for Sky One at the moment called Living the Dream. We're doing a second series with Philip Glenister, Leslie Sharp and Rosie Day about a Yorkshire family who moved to Florida and opened up an RV park and all the hijinks that come with that.
At the moment I'm doing something very cool. I'm filming at the moment for a while. I can't tell you what it's about, but hopefully in the future you'll see. It's nice to be acting again. I enjoy it so much.
What were you doing before acting? Because you said it's nice to be acting again. What were you doing before?
Obviously it's just the breaks in between not having acting. When I bag a job, I'm like, yes, I'm on set again because it's what I want to do.
Well, look, if there's any parts out there and it doesn't take me away from my normal role, then definitely, I'd love to. But it was a nice aside from my normal role, definitely.
I have another film called Lucid, which is premiering at the Edinburgh Film Festival this year, and then we both actually just finished filming a film called Wolf, which I think should be coming out next year. It's a period drama about Roman warriors who fight werewolves. That's pretty fun.
Hopefully, and it's a film we've just started shooting, only one scene. It's a snooker film which I'm doing with the lovely Terry Dwyer and Michael Elkin. Terry's actually around here at the red carpet somewhere, or grass carpet, may I say. And basically, it's like Rocky for snooker. So we shot the first sequence at the Crucible at the World Snooker Finals just a couple of weeks ago. And then hopefully, all being well, we'll be going into the main principal photography around July, August time.
So next for me, I just finished a tour of my album, which was amazing. That came out late last year. And then I'm going to have a break, I'm going to have a holiday, and then I'm going to be doing a musical in arenas called Elf, based on the film Elf, and the Broadway director is coming over and we're doing arenas, so I've never done anything on that scale before. It's huge, so I'm really excited.
When is that going to come out? Do we know?
That will be over Christmas, 3 weeks over Christmas, 3 different arenas, CGI, flying in props, it's all going to be big, big, big.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, where we are going to have a lot more things for you.
I'd always loved football, but now my passion knew no bounds.
Get the tent off your head!
So what have I learned from all of this? Football is not the most important thing in the world.
Is that?
Who am I kidding? Of course it is.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.